Hi guys, it's Emily from Nobel Novels and welcome to today's video. This is my March TBR. Now, I'm filming this in half term, hence why I'm in my bedroom again. Ignore the mess, I'm sure you guys have seen it many times, but I've had a lot of new subscribers, so you're going to be new to this mess. Yeah, we're just going to ignore that. I'm sorry about the bad filming place, but I've already done a workout today, so poor Thomas has already had to give up the TV for me. So, you would have already seen that obviously I've got the Bronte Readathon in March. But there is at least two other readathons going on. There is Her Storyathon, which is hosted by Charlotte from Queenie Reads. One of my Bronte books does match that. I don't think there's any other books that match that. But there is also the Irish Readathon going on, and I've got two books that match for that. One was in the Bronte Readathon, which is the Emily Wildness. No? Don't know. Oh yeah, Angels by Marion Keyes. So yes, it's a busy month. It's my birthday month, so a lot of these books are kind of, I've literally gone with what I feel like for March. I've got a couple of books that are related to my birthday. So it is kind of a bit of a case of, sod it, I deserve to sort of, I don't know, I just wanted to match my books to my mood. But I'm really, really excited. Obviously the Bronte Readathon, I had a lot of views on that announcement. I've had a lot of people that are saying they're interested. Check out my TBR, I will be linking that down below. And I'm so grateful for that. Obviously in March we're going to be having lots of Bronte videos. So we've got two Bronte videos, why I love the Brontes, and then we've got my Bronte books ranking, and then we're going to have a live at the end of the month with Katie. So March is kind of busy with that, and I've just realised I've moved my pen over here. But let's have a look at all the videos we've got planned for March, because March is fun. Yeah, and it's just like my April TV. I've just remembered I've got to also add in that my sister Charlie from Charlie Book Reads has got a readathon in April, which is for the Bowel Cancer Awareness Readathon. Bowel Cancer Readathon, I think, is the name. And I will be supporting that and doing a separate TBR for that in April. So that's just going ahead on that. But enough of me rambling. I don't want this to be too long. So, I've got two buddy reads, both with Kat. Yes, I know, I'm crazy. Kat seems to be the person I'm buddy reading with the most at the moment. Obviously, I'm not going to go into details about the books that I've spoken about in the Bronte Readathon. I think there's only this one, but yeah. So, obviously, I'm buddy reading Jane Eyre with Kat, and obviously, I know it's a book that a lot of other people are wanting to read. So, I will be talking about this. If you want me to do a live about this separately, or if you want to sort of message me when you're reading it, let me know. I'm not going to do a Voxer group because there's not enough people when you're interested. And like I said, it is my birthday month, so I do want to take the pressure off. But yes, I'm reading this with Kat. I'll probably read this at the start of the month with Kat because we've got another buddy read. But I'm just going to see how she wants to do with it. And then my other buddy read for the month is a book that I'm super excited about, and it's a book that's the polar opposite to that. And it's Not for the Faint of Heart by Lex Croucher. You guys know I love Lex Croucher's books. They are an own voice. They are they've got disability rep normally in the books. I don't know if it'll be in this one, but this is a book about, it's a Robin Hood retelling, which will probably have some twists. I loved Gwen and Not in Love. That was one of my favourite books, and I got this with the stunning sprayed edges. You aren't Mary, Clem said to her captor, and you aren't all men. So must have been a bit of marketing confusion somewhere along the line. Marielle is Robin Hood's granddaughter and desperate to live up to her family's legacy. Clem is the backwoods healer. She just wants to help people. So when Marielle and her ramshackle band kidnap Clem, all seems to be going sort of to plan until Marielle's father is captured. Marielle sets out to get him back, her annoyingly cheerful kidnapper in tow. But the wood is at war, and just as Clem and Marielle get closer, there must be fight for their own lives and for everyone in Greenwood. It looks so good. Love this author's work. Absolutely adore it. So I cannot wait to read that. And I think this will be the perfect sugar candy to the hard-hitting Bronte books, because let's be honest, the Bronte books are very dark. Then obviously I'm still doing my Agatha for Alice, and this month's book is going to be The ABC Murders. It's Poirot. I love Poirot books, and I don't know much about this. I do know, I think Alice said this, I can't remember what Alice thought of this one, but I think it was a good one. Let us see, Mr. Clever Poirot, just how clever you can be. But murder is a very simple crime, but at the hands of a maniac, a serial killer, it becomes very complicated business. With the whole country in a state of panic, the killer is growing more confident with every successive execution. Mrs. Asher at Andover, Betty Barnacle in Bexhill, Sir Carmichael Clark in Churston, but laying the trail of deliberate clues to taunt the proud Poirot might be his first mistake. This looks good. I love my Poirot books, and they're not long. They're only like, this one's less than 300 pages. It will be good, and I will be talking about this at the start of April, I plan. That's my plan. Because obviously we've got the other one at the thingy. My reread for the month, I wanted to go with a reread in honour of an author that we lost last year, and that's The Woolworth Girls by Evelyn Everest. I've got all of the Woolworth Girls books, and I believe she had one last book that's coming out this year. I can't remember exactly when, but obviously it will be very heartbreaking when that one comes out because it will be the last one she wrote. But this is the first one in the series. Obviously there is a prequel, A Mother Forever, but this was the book that kind of got me loving her work, and I'm really looking forward to rereading it. It's where we first play time when we meet Sarah Castleton and Maisie and Shy Frida, and we all know these people and that we all know how they're incredible, and the series just took my heart. So I cannot wait to reread this. It will be emotional, but I really loved this book the first time I read it, and I can't wait to reread it. So that's it. Now I'm going to go to the TBR jar. I didn't do it in order, did I, today? But since when do I ever do things in order? The TBR jar might take a bit longer to find because I've having to do it in here. I don't really have much thingies. I'm going to go and see what it does. I've got one. I'm pretty nervous because the last two ones have been really good. Well, no, last month was bloody good. Last month was actually like a favourite of the year. Favourite of the year, I think, potentially. Oh my goodness! Okay, this is a bit of a surprise. And it's the one right at the bottom of the stack. It's Pride by Ali Hazelwood. This is a very big surprise. It doesn't match the March feeling, but it's going to match the Bronte Readathon in the fact it's a very dark book, and it matches that prompt of dark book. It is a one that apparently is like, I've only just read an Ali Hazelwood, so it's quite weird that I've got this already. And this is basically a bit of it's a fantasy, which she's not written many of, I don't think. And this is about the vampires and the werewolves, wares, I think. So Misery Lark is the only daughter of the most powerful vampire councilman of the Southwest, an outcast again. Her days of living in anonymity amongst the humans are over. Once she has been called upon to uphold the historic peacekeeping alliance between the vampires and their mortal enemies, the Wares, and sees little choice but to surrender herself in the exchange again. Wares are ruthless and unpredictable, and their alpha, Low Moreland, is no exception. He rules his pack with absolute authority, but not without justice, and unlike the Vampire Council, not without feeling. It's clear from the way he tracks Misery's every movement that he doesn't trust her. If only he knew how right he was. Because Misery has her own reasons to agree to the marriage of convenience. Reasons that have nothing to do with politics or alliances, and everything to do with the only thing she's ever cared about. And she's willing to do a willingness to get everything it takes to get back what is hers. Even if it means a life alone in the Were territory, alone with a wall. This does look good, but I've heard mixed reviews about it, and I'm really intrigued. So hopefully it will go well. Very interesting that got chosen. So I've now got my three seasonal books. I will link the seasonal books TBR down below. So I've got to remember to do that because that TBR would have come out the day before this. I can't remember if I would have told you, or hopefully I would have reminded everyone on my weekly catch up. But the extra videos that I will be doing will now be going up on a Sunday at 9 AM rather than a Wednesday at 7 AM because 7 PM because that's the time that kind of 6 PM because that's the time that won the vote. So that's when. So if you haven't seen my books for spring, please check it out please check it out. I've got a load of great books in it. So yes, because that came out at a different time. Just to remind you, it has gone out. So the first book, I would have spoken about this on that video, so please go and check this video out because I don't want this video to be too long. And this is All My Mothers by Joanna Glenn. It talks about motherhood, it talks about family. Meet Ava Martinez Green, an only child full of questions about her beginnings. Between her emotionally absent mother and her physically absent father, there is no one to answer to them. Eva is concerned she is not what it seems. Why is there no baby pictures about her? They've still got a sticker at the back of this and it's annoying the hell out of me. Right, so obviously I'm going to be reading this. I am going to be saving this for Mother's Day at the end of the month. So this will be one that you will not be hearing about till the end of the month. Then on a completely opposite to that, I've gone for Wolfsong by TJ Klune. Thinking about this. I've got TJ Klune, I've got Alex Croucher. They're two of my new favourite authors. But this is the first in their series, and Olivia loved this book and then loves the series. It is green, so it kind of does, even though it's not an Irish author, it does kind of go with the Irish Readathon thing. It's Greek Green, book 1. Everyone's heard about Wolfsong. Again, so I've got like 2 books about wolves. Kind of weird, but I know I found Wolverine from the X-Men quite sexy, so I wonder if I'll find this good. But this is an LGBTQI romance. It's about Ox Matheson, who was 12 when his father taught him a lesson. Ox wasn't worth anything, and then he left. Ox was 16 when the Bennett family moved next door, with a secret that would change him forever. For the family of shapeshifters, transforming into wolves at will. Ox finds a particular ally in Joe, the youngest Bennett boy, who offers warmth and friendship, but is haunted by the scars he cannot heal. Really excited by this, but it is mahoosive. It's like the biggest book probably I've got here, other than like my Bronte ones. It's like nearly 600 pages, but it's one I really need because it's fantasy and it looks good. Then the last of the seasonal books is The Storm We Made by Vanessa Chan. We were hoping this would be on the Women's Prize long list last year, but it never got on that long list. And I got it for my birthday by Chris last year, and from Marlowe, and I'm going back to Marlowe for my birthday this year, so I thought it would be quite cool to read that. Finally, it's taken like a year to read that. I'm trying to read my books quicker, but bloody hell. And this one is set over the 2 timelines. First in 1930s, the second only like not long after in 1945. The first one set in British Malaya in 1930s. And it's about discontented housewife Cecily, who is seduced by the Japanese General Fujiwara and the glorious future that he's promised. And then obviously we've got the second timeline, where Cecily and her family are barely surviving. Her children, Jujubee, Abel and Jasmine, are surrounded by threat and look to their mother to keep them safe. But she can't tell them about the part she played in the war, and she doesn't know how to protect them any longer. Family thing, beautiful book. I can't wait to get to it. I think Jem loved this book as well, so that's good. And now the rest of the books are books I've not spoken about, so obviously I can talk about them. I don't want it to be too long. First one is Rachel Horace's book. I know I've said her name wrong. The Dream House. It is a magical novel about life, love and family. Historical fiction, I believe. It doesn't say the timeline on here. When Kate Hutchinson and her family moved from London to the peace and quiet of the Suffolk countryside, Kate is full of hope. Staying with her mother-in-law must surely be temporary before finding a wonderful home of her own. Then Kate stumbles across the house of her dreams, a beautiful place full of memories but tantalising out of reach. Its owner is Agnes, elderly and frail, whose story, as it unravels, echoes uncannily Kate's own. And Kate soon comes to realise how uncertain and unsettling life built on a dream can be. So I'm guessing that's the 2 timelines. I'm wondering if I can see the different timelines here. I don't know where it is. I don't know anything, but it will. I'm sure I will find out, and you'll hear about it in one of my weekly chat-ups. So yes, it's got a little family tree at the start, so this does look good. Then the first of the birthday kind of books is The Pisces by Melissa Broder. I'm a Pisces, and I've already tried to start and pull the sticker off, and that's obviously that I've pulled it off. It was on the Women's Prize for long list for the Women's Prize of Fiction in 2019. Now, Jennifer from Jennifer Loves Books absolutely loved this book, but I have heard mixed reviews. But Jennifer reckons I will love it, and Jennifer is absolutely lovely. I will link her channel down below if I remember, because I am amazing. But Jennifer is lovely. She reads very different books to me, but she reads a lot. And Lucy is recovering from a bad breakup, and she becomes entranced by an eerily attractive swimmer while sitting on the beach rocks one night. When she learns the truth about his identity, their relationship and Lucy's understanding of what love looks like takes a very, very unexpected turn. I don't know any more than that. It's Pisces, it's a short book. I think it is only like, it's less than 260 pages, but the print is bloody small. Like less than 300 pages, but look how small the print is. It's ridiculous. But let's give it a go. I don't know when the month I'll be reading that, but I will give it a go. Then I've got a book that I bought probably last year. It's another one that's been on my shelf for a while. It's Pip Williams' book, The Bookbinder of Jericho. I absolutely loved her book, The Dictionary of Lost Words. And this is set more like in World War One, I believe, so not too far off the other one. But when men leave for the Western Front, Peggy and her friends must shoulder the burden at home. When she moves between the bookbindery where she works and a narrow boat full of memories, Peggy's dreams of escaping it for a new life become even more remote. But the war brings people together in unexpected ways. New friends and lovers offers new opportunities, but also presents difficult choices, and Peggy must write her own story. I know I love the Dictionary of Lost Words, and I'm really looking forward to this. Then I've got Trespasses by Louise Kennedy, which is in honour of the Irish Readathon. I tried listening to this on audio and I didn't love it, but I know a lot of other people have loved this book. Again, I think it had mixed reviews. It was shortlisted actually for the Women's Prize in 2023, so I've got another Women's Prize book. Kind of doing this for the Women's Prize plod along people, but like I said, it has got a lot of cheating in it, and that is a trope I do really struggle with. But I know some people have really loved it, and I kind of wanted to read it. And it's there's nothing special about the day Cushla meets Michael, a married Protestant from Belfast, in the pub owned by his family. But here in 1970s Ireland, love is never far from violence, and this encounter will change them both forever. So, gonna give it a go. It's for the Irish Readathon. Let's hope I like it. And then the last book is obviously a birthday book that will be read on my birthday. And this is The Birthday That Changed Everything by Debbie Johnson. I love Debbie Johnson's books. I bought it when I went to Bognor last year. It's got my birthday on the top. I had to read it for my birthday, didn't I? She wants a birthday surprise, just not the one she got. The last thing Sally Summers expected from her husband on a special day was that he would leave her for a Latvian lap dancer half her age. So with her world in tatters, Sally jets off to Turkey for some sun, sea and sanctuary. The Blue Bay Resort brings new friends and a perfect balm for Sally's broken heart in the gorgeous Dubliner, Irish James. He is the birthday present she needs. Ooh. And when the chemistry between them continues to spark as the holiday ends, Sally wonders if this is more than just a summer fling. I know it's a summer book, but it's got the word birthday in the title. I had to read it. So, those are the books. What are you reading in March? Are you joining the Bronte Readathon? Have you got any particular books you reckon I should prioritise out of these? I would love to know. If you got to the end of this video, leave me one of the birthday emojis. So like a birthday cake or a birthday, any emoji to do with birthdays. Because yeah, why not? I did it. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. If you're new to my channel, not subscribed yet, bring on my ding-a-ling. And I'll see you all soon. Bye bye.